How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews. Back with yet another review. Getting a little bit of Pariah. Hazies. Double Hazies up in this jam in the form of their yet another Laker-themed beer in Mamba mode. This is a Hazy Double India Pale Ale. Pariah Brewing. I've done a bunch of their beers. They send them off to me. And they're kind of one of the better, I would say one of the more underrated kind of haze places out west. I've had my fair share from your Monkish, Fieldworks, all that stuff, and I dig their stuff. And they are Lakers homers. They did LeBron Haze. Now we have Mamba mode in a little homage to Kobe Bryant, and I am a Laker fan. So there you go. How did I become a Laker fan? I've told that story before, but basically my brothers all liked teams, and whoever they collectively hated the most, I followed. So I had two brothers. One was a New York fan, so there was Knicks, and the other one was Boston. Your Celtics. Who do they hate the most? The Lakers. That's how I roll. It has words on here. We'll talk about them. It says there, ever end up loving something you never thought you would after experiencing a passion that others bring to that vocation? This is a liquid treated. There's those who bring their best all day, every day, and whatever they do. To those who face adversity, instead of backing away, they double down and refuse to accept defeat. With all that said, we knew we needed to bring our best when it came to this hop bill. Mosaic and Idaho 7 provide a foundation of piney, tangerine, and mango, while Ella and Enigma sing through with a straight-up intense stone fruit and a white grape. 3 minutes left in the game, down by 10, no problem. Excellent when paired with Cajun or Middle Eastern cuisine. Yeah. And label-wise, I like it just because, it's Laker-themed and, it's calling out Kobe. Third best player in the history of basketball. That's all I'm saying. Jordan, LeBron, you can actually fight those out. I'd probably at this point go LeBron. I know it's blasphemy, but I would put Kobe. I'd probably put Kobe third. That's my Laker hominess. I'd put him before Magic. Probably put him before Magic and Kareem. He just doesn't get his due. That's my thought. Anyway, let's not turn this into a sports debate. I'm going to get all kinds of shit going down there now. Anyway, what do we have here? Quarter pinky finger, a little bit of tight compact bubbles, and that's that haze, yo. A rich. You can see how it, the light gleams. You can get light on the edges, but the deeper you go, it just gets dark and deep and dense and filthy. Kind of like Kobe. It's going to nose. Oh, yeah. They talked about pininess in here. I get this filth, floor, and dank filth in here. Oh, yeah. And they talked about this kind of nice, kind of tropical stone fruity thing. And it comes through, but it comes in that overly ripened way that you usually get from mixed culture fermentation, kind of lambic, kind of overly ripened to where it's almost rotten kind of fruit kind of thing in a very positive way. That's what you're kind of getting in here. Very, very impactful at the same time, having a bit of sanded edges, so it's not super sharp. So yeah, you're getting tropical fruit vibes. You're getting tropical fruit medley. You're getting a soft kind of citrus medley, but it really does have that kind of overly ripened kind of stone fruit kind of thing coming out of it. You talked about a white grape there. I can get that kind of Venice angle going for it, but then on the opposite side of that, you have that piney dankness that really errs towards that kind of dankness, kind of like a pine tree had a baby with fucking Bubba Kush or some shit like that. It's really kind of leaning in that direction with a nice big sweetness. I mean, this is an aggressive beer. You're talking about ABV here, 8.1%. This is not 8.1%. This is not 8.1%. I'll tell you that right now. If you don't know why it's 8.1, then you don't know. So yeah, I'm just going to dive in. Cheers. It's kind of a letdown, to be honest with you, because the nose is so aggressive. Even though it has that rounded edge, it had this big bursting wafts of all that fruit and that big dankness. And it just doesn't really get there. The volume just gets turned down on it. The mouthfeel's to die for it. It's super fluffy, super creamy. You get that soft kind of star tropical fruit. You get a little bit of soft citrus, and that stone fruit, that almost rotten, overly ripened stone fruit is still at the head, but if in the nose you're at 11, This is down more towards in the 6 range. It's still impactful, just not nearly as big as what you thought you'd get based off of the nose. Now, that danky side of things, it actually drops out a little bit more piney and comes off a little bit more danky, but the volume's down again. But we're instead, if that volume was at 11 for like an equal part piney and danky, we dialed that down. We took that kind of danky portion of the show and dialed that down instead of to like 6 from 11. We from 11 to 6 probably went from 11 to 7.5, but then took that piney version down a little bit more to like 7. So there's kind of tiers to how it kind of goes. There's a nice balance between the sweetness and bitteriness. There's a nice soft dryness to it. It makes you want to go back for a little bit more. I think it's tasty. It's nice. It does have that water nerdy mouthfeel. It does have a very much. These guys pull off the same kind of mouthfeel that some of the better guys do. I mean, very Treehouse-like when it comes to that mouthfeel. And the construction is very similar, but markedly different. It's not a Treehouse clone by any sense of the imagination. I dig it. I think it's tasty. I think it's fun. And if I dove into this beer without smelling it, I think I would be a little bit more kind of upbeat and electric about what I'm tasting. It's just that nose is so much more vibrant and so much more kind of appealing. Or I shouldn't even say appealing because they're both equally appealing. So much more just expressive that I kind of want what I'm getting in the nose in my mouth hole. And I'm not getting that. And it's kind of a bummer. But it's still a really good beer. That's kind of the weird kind of juxtaposition between all the flavors and tastes and smells and all that kind of fun stuff. But I like it. I think it's cool. I dig it. It's like a West Coast, East Coast hazy. Had a baby, and that's a good thing. It's tasty. It's fun. It's well made. I like it. Easy to drink. Doesn't come off at like 8.1%, even though it's not 8.1%. And, yeah. I like it. I dig it. It's not my favorite Pariah beer in the history of mankind. There's a couple that have done me a little bit better than this one. Smilex, I'm looking at you. Yeah, I like this. I dig it. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better double IPAs I've had in general as of late? It's definitely worthy of being in a conversation. That's the whole thing. You kind of sit here and talk in a way that you're kind of home bug, all that kind of stuff, kind of like not talking about it, not in a vibrant, kind of excited manner, because that bridge between the nose and the taste is a little bit of a downgrade, but it's still damn tasty beer. Value and availability, it's Pariah. I think these are $20 a 4-pack, which is, probably market value in general nowadays. I mean, when I look at people do double IPAs with a ton of hops, 20 is becoming the norm, which just makes my butthole fucking hurt. And you're talking about California, where the cost of living is way much higher and everything's way more expensive. It probably makes sense. In a perfect world, I want this to be. In a perfect world, I want it to be free. We all know that. But realistically, I think this beer should be $16. And I know brewers could watch this and be like, "You're fucking crazy." If this is $16, you would still sell the same amount, and you'd still make a ton of money. That's all I know. I don't know. I don't want to get in that soapbox, but $20 for a 4-pack, it is what it is. I can't fight it. I just talk about it. Availability, brewery only, I believe, and leave you with, if you like what you like this. Honestly, if you really do dig Treehouse, this is a very, I don't want to say it's a similar brewery that you're getting out there on the West Coast, but it's Treehouse adjacent. I really don't like to talk about other breweries when I review, breweries and be like, it's like this and like that. It's really something I go out of my way not to do, but the similarities for me, as far as just like I said, adjacent vibes are close enough to where I know so many people kind of ask me, I wish I could get this, I wish I can get that from Treehouse. But if you're on the West Coast, this is relatively close stuff, different, but close enough to where it's really, if that's what you dig, then you're going to dig this. And that's the whole point of that section is, what do you like? If you like this, you like that. And if you like Treehouse, if you like those beers and how they come off, this is really going to be not shitty. It's not going to suck for you. Let's put it that way. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little Mamba mode right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.